It's Mike Jones, DC101, and we are here at Jiffy Lube Live for Summer Camp. I got Sum 41 with me. Hello, boys.
Hey.
How's it going?
So let me start the interview by saying this. So we know about the announcement. We know about what's going to be coming. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that down the road. We'll have the interview for that down the road. But what I want to do today, I want to look back on some stuff from 27 years now. I mean, it's incredible that it's been that long. Does that even register for you guys? First off, thinking, holy crap, Sum 41, 27 years.
No, 'cause it feels like 100.
But then when you hear things like DC101, it's like, oh, it takes you back because, I mean, this station has been good to us for like the past 24, 25 years.
Yeah, I think the first radio festival we ever played was 2000, right? On our first record.
Yeah.
Something like
Sort
that.
of small stage at the stadium.
Way back in the day.
Way back.
Way back in the day. Who have been, guys, so 27 years, that's a lot of tours, that's a lot of going out and playing shows. Probably, I don't even know. Do you guys have an approximate estimate of how many shows at this point?
No.
Thousands. Let's just say thousands at this
It's
point.
in the thousands.
Who are some of the bands that have been like there for you? Like right before we started, you were saying you've been out with the Offspring a bunch the last couple of years. Who else has been good to you over the years? Like who are some of your favorite bands to tour with, to just hang out with, all of that?
Yeah, I mean, Offspring, definitely. We've toured with them a lot. The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones was really good. They were really good to us in the beginning. Face to Face took us across America for the first time. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, all the bands we came up with, too.
Yeah, like,
and
I was going to say, doing the Warped Tour is always the funnest thing, really, because you're playing with everybody. And
Yeah.
It's like a whole summer. And
When you make a zillion friends in one day, and then
Exactly.
you're all friends for the rest of the summer.
Yeah.
exactly. And, I mean, Metallica, too. Every time we actually get to see them and hang with them, it's awesome.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, surprisingly for like such a huge band, Metallica's very like down to earth and they're really nice guys.
When you're at that level, you can't be at that level mentally. You just have to be with everyone. Just be like, you know what? We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yes, we wrote Master of Puppets, but whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know if you two or the Stones are that down to earth.
Well, they're
maybe
on their
Who
own.
knows? Yeah.
But you know, they're the same size pretty much.
Yeah. On the subject of who's been good to you, what's been some of the best advice that bands have given you over the years? When you were starting, when you guys put out, the first couple albums, you're going next level. What were some of those words of wisdom that were shared with Sum 41?
Ice-T had a good one, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Ice-T was the best. That's the first one that always popped in
Me
my
too.
head.
As soon as you said
Yeah.
advice, I was thinking
Yeah, it was
Ice-T.
just like the only thing about being the Mac is stay in the Mac.
the only thing harder, yeah.
I hope we're going to see that on a Sum 41 t-shirt at some point. That really should be on there.
Yeah.
That should be
But
something.
other words of wisdom from rock musicians, there's not a lot of wisdom. So
All right, just
We don't-
good
we don't really
advice.
Very true.
Good advice, or maybe like, hey guys, don't be knuckleheads. Don't do this. Why don't you do this instead?
I mean, I guess like Dickie Barrett from the Boss Tones
Yeah.
yelled at us for breaking bottles backstage when we were like 19 or 20.
yeah, just doing stupid stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Like, guys, keep it cool
But
backstage.
other than that, bad behavior is pretty encouraged when you're a rock band. So
I mean, it's part of the deal.
And I mean, also, Fletcher once, it was very early on in our career, we were passing by some people yelling my name, and I was so inward, I didn't know what to do. And Fletcher just kind of, from Pennywise, looked at me and just said, go over there and sign for those people, or I'll destroy you. And, yeah, great advice.
You know what? If it's one fan or 100, go see them.
Yeah.
That's always important because that's the lifeblood. Fans of they're buying the tickets for today for DC101 Summer Camp and all your tours and everything and T-shirts and all that. Make sure you're good to your fans.
100%.
Always.
That was the lesson.
Now, what do you guys say to up-and-coming bands that are like Sum 41? And impart us with your wise words, gents.
Don't.
always wear a condom.
Funny enough, we were talking about rolling the dice right before you guys walked over here. Definitely always wear a condom.
Double.
I would honestly just make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't expect anything from music. Just play it.
Play a lot. I think a lot of young bands sometimes don't play as much as like we used to. Like we always played.
Yeah.
Played like 300 shows a year. A lot of bands are just like, just gotta wait to see if it happens. Just like you gotta play.
You got to get out there
you
and
gotta
do
play.
your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2001, you guys put out All Killer, No Filler. Fat Lip came out as the first single. And Derek, I saw you said that you kind of put that song together like, it was okay. It wasn't meant to be the first single, but did that song, like, when that came out, life changed after that, right?
Yeah, definitely. Nothing was ever the same after that song. But that song was the last song written for that record. And the record was done, and In Too Deep was the first single. And everything was moving ahead, and it was just like one of those last-minute songs that just kind of came out of nowhere.
And those are always the ones that's like, oh, this one's the first single. This is the one that's going to be the big one.
Yeah, I mean, at first when there was just a demo, it was almost like I was a little bit embarrassed to show it to people because it had the rapping in it and it was kind of all over the place. And I thought, I either thought this is the best Sum 41 song at the time or the worst. You never
Because
know.
it was kind of different
it
from
was different from everything that we'd done.
everything
and
else.
anything we'd actually heard, too.
Yeah.
So.
But like In Too Deep's a good one too because it's more on the poppy side of stuff too. But that one's another big one too. What was the point where that one was it American Pie 2 for that movie?
I think both songs
Yeah.
are in that movie.
Yeah.
And one
They
too.
were
I think.
both in there too.
Yeah, number one and two.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean,
Lot of
I've
pie.
never had a song in a movie, so I'm guessing that was also a huge thing of like, now it's a new audience coming out to see Sum 41.
Well, we had been in a couple movies. We were in
Bring it on.
Bring It On, is that what
Yeah.
it was?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
all the
cinematic
classics.
masterpiece.
All the classics.
So
But I think American Pie got bigger as
that
time
was such
went on.
a huge movie. Yeah, it was a whole different thing.
Absolutely. Do you guys remember the first thing that you bought when you got that big first royalty check? Was
yeah.
it,
Yes, we do.
what did you get or where did you go? I'd like answers from all three of you gentlemen, please.
Well, I remember once we signed our contract.
First time we ever got any money.
Yeah, so we were all still living at home. Derek came to my house and gave me like $800, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was
Life just
I'm like,
changed
what am I
forever.
What am I gonna do with $800? And so him and I went up to the stereo store and bought huge stereos
Amazing.
Yeah, we bought identical
little,
stereos
for our little bedroom in our
so
parents'
it
house.
could be so loud.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, I need this booming. Dave, what about you?
I sent my parents to the Mayan Riviera.
Really? That's cool.
For $800?
It was cheap back then.
It wasn't 5-star. It was like
Yeah.
a 2-star resort, but still they went.
went.
But if we're talking about that $800 check, I think I paid rent with it to my cousin.
You guys have played, like we figured out, thousands of shows at this point. What are some of your favorite places that you've played? Some of the maybe TV appearances, maybe movies like it was. The cinematic masterpiece, Dude, Where's My Car? I mean, any of those come to mind?
I mean, we played so many. I think when you said TV appearances, it made me think of like when we played with Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
We were the band. We wrote a song with Iggy Pop in 2003. It became a single for him. We shot a video, and then that turned into like we had to go. We went on Letterman and we did some award shows. We did an MTV Awards and stuff like that. That year was really fun being the band for Iggy Pop.
That's awesome. And that was still early for you guys, too.
Yeah, it was our
Yeah,
second
we were young.
record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The second record. Yeah.
What else? Any other ones that like jump out at you?
Top of the Pops in England was always kind of interesting.
Always a big show.
Yeah.
Liam Gallagher watched us one time at Top of the Pops, standing in the background smoking a cigarette.
Of course he was. Did he have any comments for you after, and he just let you go?
He was nice. He was always nice to
Yeah.
us. Yeah, we've run into him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam, I
Noel
interviewed him twice.
hates us. Noel doesn't like us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as one of the Gallagher brothers doesn't like you, that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. You
Yeah.
can't have friendship on both sides.
No.
there. Boys, before we get you out of here for DC101 Summer Camp, and thank you so much for doing this, what's the best thing about being in Sum 41? 27 years now, countless shows, all these great albums and songs. What's been the best part?
I think the fact that we were a high school band. We started the band in 10th grade, and we made it. And we were all friends that just put a band together, and it actually worked.
That's
And this long into it is like seeing people still coming to the shows.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Well, and it's still getting big. It's
Yeah.
been getting bigger. It's never. I mean, we've always had ups and downs through. You're gonna have that in almost 30 years.
Sure.
But like overall, it's always been on a steady increase.
and just keeps going until the end, which.
Yeah,
100%.
which is very soon.
Yeah, which we will talk about. We're not talking about today. We're not talking about today, but we will talk about soon. Well, Sum 41, boys, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm sure tonight we're going to have a great show with you, Simple Plan, and the Offspring here at DC101 Summer Camp. Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.